Kim Mishkin, and I'm one of the upper elementary teachers here at Hudson Lab School. From the beginning to the end, the students owned this whole project. I simply said, what are you going to do? And so they had to articulate all of those tasks that had to be put in sequential order in order to get this documentary done and on a deadline. And then when it became time to think about inviting others in to see it, so they were thinking about where to show it, how to show it, how to advertise it. So they had a whole marketing team that worked on posters and emails and invited our parents and the local community in. So they planned it all the way up to the day that we showed it in the auditorium. Just by the sheer nature of having a project-based school where you're letting the kids drive the learning and drive the project itself, that is the message that they brought through. We really encourage them to be thinking about what's next in their life, not just because a teacher assigned it, but what are you excited to learn about? What are you gonna go figure it out? What are you gonna go look up? As you watch the film, the first thing that doesn't come to mind is academics, but we actually were learning a lot through the process. We were writing personal narratives, and so they were exploring small moments and big moments in their life and writing about those and sharing out with each other, so we were continuing to get to know each other. We did a lot of storyboarding, so when they were writing their personal narratives, they not only had to learn about how to construct a story that has a beginning, a middle, an end, a climax, that has a resolution. So we talked about story arc through that process. And then they did the same thing when they were thinking about the documentary, as they were starting to put together what is it, the message that they were trying to convey. Clearly, I think their curiosity and their eagerness to learn came through, and we celebrate that. There was a lot of soul searching and learning about each other in this process. They were very thoughtful about what they needed to be able to be at their best. I think that in the film you see where they talk about, I'm a conscious learner, I'm an eager learner, I'm an active learner. And then we got into things like, what do you want to be? Who do you want to strive to be? One of our students was able to, by the end, to articulate that she's a perfectionist, which is not something that student could have done at the beginning of the year. To know yourself at 8 really sets you up for a life of success. If you're able to articulate what you need and what your values are and what you believe in at a young age, I think that drives you in your decision making for a lifetime. So collaboration does not necessarily come easy to young children, and at a certain age they want things in their own hands, and it's hard to trust your teammate or your team to do it the way you would do it. There were some strong opinions. We learned how to have a conversation. We used voting many times. We had conversations where you had to defend your thinking. So they would come up with an idea and then have to rationalize for all of us why their idea was the best one. Often they would learn the value of then making a hybrid where they would put all their ideas together or take the best parts of each other's ideas and go with that. Even things like naming the film, sometimes what I like to see at the end was great. If a good idea came through and we all kind of knew it, they'd say, yes, let's go with that one. Which in the beginning, I think they would have been like, no, mine's still the best. Mine's still the best. So the fact that they were able to step outside of themselves and for the good of the project was something that they really were able to do toward the end. Every day they were learning something new about each other. Every day at morning meeting we would share out a story from their life. It wasn't all light and fun either. Like, hard times in your life teach you a lot about who you are. It brought a whole new level of respect to the group when you knew somebody had been through something hard in their life or currently facing something hard. Things that they wouldn't necessarily have shared in the beginning because they had not bonded in that same way. Now I think they've created a safe space for each other that I think they would tell each other just about anything. I think the process of studying our own identity, while it was a lot of conversations, that actually turned out to be the power and the magic of it. All of these things led to a place where they just know each other so well now that they've grown together in this way where we're almost like a family.